Alright guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing, telling everyone about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you and we truly appreciate every one of you. Like Lala would say, you guys are the realest, the biggest, the bestest, and of course the greatest MVPs of our time. It's Gusto Reactions, and today we have Temmie Ovwasa
Is that
on the plate today. Now, Olamide, you know, as we all know, has been a major influence when it comes to artists rising up in the industry. We know the likes of Adekunle Gold, there's Lil Kesh, also Lighter, and most recently Fireboy DML as well. Signed a partnership deal with Empire, got Fireboy into the mix as well. He's gone from the local to international right now, trying to break that boundary. And of course, when it comes to hits, Olamide is arguably the biggest Nigerian artist with the most hits.
Yes, I agree.
There's been a whole lot about Olamide, and one major thing that people have come to say, or one major thing people come to talk about Olamide, is the fact that he has a very good heart. I, for one, am I'm a witness to that. But YBNL in 2016 signed up a female artist out of the blue. Olamide announced Temmie Ovwasa, YBNL Princess, and everything, you know, changed from then on. Afefe and a couple of other singles, and after a while, everything just went cold and quiet. Lala, how did that particular signing happen, and how did everything go cold? Do you have any idea?
Well, how it happened, we know for a fact that most labels that are male dominated always want to have like an inclusion of females. So Olamide decided to try that. I'm pretty sure he would have considered other options before finally pitching his tent with
Temmie.
With Temmie. But then when she signed, I don't know, there were talks back then that is she really a good fit because of the kind of songs, I mean, that she was doing. I mean, the way she sounded. First, she featured on an Olamide track. I mean, she had backup vocals to one of the songs, and that was a bit of easing, and she got signed. But then there were doubts over if she was really a fit. But because of what Adekunle Gold had achieved under YBNL, I mean, people still had hope that yes, perhaps anyone with a different sound can come to YBNL and still succeed. So it started well with the first single, Afefe. Was it Afefe? Was the same song?
Yeah, Afefe. Yeah,
first single with a video. It started well, and then as with the problem with YBNL at that time, they had, well, they didn't even really have much on board. But by the time they had like was it their third wave? And at that time they had just finished with Chinkwekun, Adekunle Gold, and they had Victor as well at that period. And then she came on board alongside, who did she come on board with? She came on board with Devoli, and one other guy, I forgot his name.
It was Picasso.
No, that was even
later.
Yeah, later. There was one other guy who also I know for a fact is unhappy because he feels he wasn't given a chance.
Who's the guy?
I don't. His name is not coming to mind right now, but he did have a feature on one of Olamide's projects. Yeah, he didn't really get. He is also unhappy about the whole situation. But as with Temmie, I don't know how it is, but it seems to me, with all her story that she narrated, it seems like fine. She said there was broken dreams or things like that, but she's lived in an apartment.
I was going to talk about that. Now the thing is, before we even go to that, when Temmie dropped that song Afefe and everywhere, you know, was a bit rosy and all of that, how did everything just go quiet? People were asking, was she still at YBNL or not? Like, how did everything go cold?
Well, the thing with it is, I think they kind of like had a review of the sort of acceptance she was getting. I think it was not too encouraging for them. That's the only reason I can think of that label that signed you won't actually eventually support your music, is perhaps if they feel, oh, this particular thing doesn't look like it's going to yield us anything and things like that. So I don't know the details of the deal, but we know usually YBNL gives 2 years deal, and that 2 years has expired a long time ago. And when I watched her interview, and she said, oh, she technically she just left YBNL, which I find kind of weird because it's usually a 2-year deal. But she said mentally she'd been out of YBNL for about 2 years. So that means she would have had EPs, albums according to her that she wanted to drop. She had those in check. But I can't imagine the reason why a label would not want to, let her drop her EP or things like that. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. But then it leaves a sour taste in the mouth because it had promise, although the promise was not big. But the fact that there was it was a chance to spotlight a female under YBNL, which is very male dominated. That did not happen. So that's the only sad thing about it. But then her coming out is another thing. Like I don't know how necessary it was, but I saw it as like a shout for attention or a shout for help. That's what I saw it
so
as.
She just dropped a brand new album, like a debut album. It be like say them swear for me. And
well, if you look at this girl, it be like say them swear for me.
You better say them swear for him too.
If you look at this girl, it looks like she has actually degraded in a way, the way she used to be when she first signed. I think she was still young back then, perhaps 20 something, innocent and things like that. But right now she's all sorts. She's have no problems with LGBTQ, but she's into that sort of thing right now. She was in a tweet fight the other day. And then the kind of pictures she posts, so she's the into candles, gothic, the skulls, she's into things that are gothic at the moment, which is not something we Nigerians fancy. I know everybody can do what they wish and everything, but if you want to appeal to a certain audience in Nigeria, you have to play the part and look the part. She's not looking the part right now. Do you think the YBNL, disagreement and the fight and everything have to do with what her belief, what she believes in and what she currently does right now? No, I don't think so. What I even think is, looking at even the album, it be like say them swear for me. I don't know, maybe she's gone to a pastor and they say, we need to pray for you. But what kind of album, what kind of headline, the album artwork, the album cover. If she agrees with that album title, it be like say they swear for me. Then why is she calling out Olamide? She's going to be calling out people that swear for her. And then let's talk about the Olamide thing. Now, Temmie Ovwasa, a fan asked her, so what exactly is up with you, YBNL? She said she doesn't want to talk about YBNL at all, that she's going to drag, their faves and everything. Say Broken Dreams, 3 albums, 3 albums and EPs. He said they rejected her shows at YBNL. They broke her dream. They broke her. She's going to drag Olamide. Olamide should come out, like a whole lot before she eventually now said, she has settled with Olamide and everything. So I think she just used this whole episode for our album. Because I heard whispers around one time when she wanted to do that interview. She did have one interview with one magazine like that. I think they were going around looking for where to pitch that interview. I'm pretty sure they were thinking, this is going to cause a lot of uproar, and then I'll just put in my album. I think that was the whole plan for her, because it was not needed. Because if she wants to pinpoint what exactly Olamide has done or what YBNL has done to her that has broken her dream, because all I see is just being entitled to, what are you entitled to? But you don't think that the contract that states that she's going to release an album, that YBNL didn't do that? You don't think YBNL is also to blame for that? Yeah, okay, YBNL is to blame because, fine, but if they don't believe in the project, would they just allow it to drop? But it's according to the contract. Yeah, but then she could come up with another project that's in line. She said she has 3. She knows what she's for. Are we saying that all 3 are bad? All the 3 projects? Albums. I don't know, I've not listened to it, but her style of music, we know she's not mainstream. She perhaps should have started, maybe she was too early when Ote was not a thing. She was way ahead of her time then. If she started when Ote was, I would know that she wants to join Ote people and do Ote. We get it. But around that period, would you have listened to a Temmie Ovwasa album? She wasn't, she was with I think she was with the likes of Victor Chinkweku. Even Chinkweku that did not even drop an album. That only had maybe 1 or 2 singles. Otherwise, did not go this route. He did his thing. When he left, the contract expired. We know that for a fact that he was actually even studying. Chinkweku was studying. Well, so that it was even a learning curve for YBNL because next time you want sign, no sign people we
never finish school, yeah.
Because it affects the whole thing. It affects it. So yeah, it was a learning curve for them, and then she could have gone a different route. The whole calling out of Olamide was for attention, and the fact that the people she even mentioned during her rant do not agree with her.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Chinko came out and said, please do not put my name in your fight with Olamide. Please, I do not want any issues.
Then Laimi came and tweeted clout.
Yeah, clout. Yeah,
these guys do not believe. So people are now saying, oh, because Lighter did this. This now in doing an interview, she said, oh, they dumped her because of Fireboy, and this now brings us back to when that Lighter issue came about, and when we heard rumors that people are actually jealous of Fireboy, which is exactly what is playing out right now. People are actually jealous that this guy is getting the most attention, which is now the problem the label faces. Why do you now feel the need to have so many artists on board? Which is why I have a problem with what Malian Music is doing. They have so many artists on board. Why? What is the plan? How are they going to go about it?
Shout out Amali on that one.
I don't know whether affiliates or
real signing,
but then it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like things will clash. Somebody will get professional treatment, somebody won't.
But Lighter happened with YBNL and Olamide. That didn't really go well.
Yeah.
Now we know that Victor left as well.
Yeah.
We don't know if that went really well or not, but after a while Victor said he was depressed and a couple of other things like that.
Victor could not be because YBNL did not support him. That guy was on YBNL at his peak. Even when his contract expired, he was still at YBNL because we know that he was a close friend of Olamide coming up. So forgetting guy, and that's how it played out.
Chinko Ekun as well left and of course formed did that song Ibu God. Now it's Temmie Ovwasa, so it's Lighter and Temmie Ovwasa with issues. In all of this, can we confidently say that Olamide is a saint in all of this?
You cannot be a saint in everybody's book. That you can't please everybody. So in someone's story, you are the villain. So this is the case of Olamide being a villain in Temmie Ovwasa's story. I'm pretty sure he's not a villain in Lighter's case. No, he's not a villain in Lighter's case. Till today, Lighter still respects him, giving him shout out on his songs. So that's amicable. There's no, although he came out with that episode, which was completely a bad move when he did that interview, and that was based on pressure. He had a sick mother. He had bills. I mean, he was young and he had responsibility. Young and naive, actually. Too. Young, naive, and had responsibility. And he thought, this is a means for me. And that's just a wake-up call for artists. Like, just because you're signed doesn't mean you've arrived. Just because you're signed doesn't mean all the money you start rolling in.
Man, it's a whole lot. Temmie Ovwasa has said that she has settled issues with Olamide. Do you think that's correct?
Why
has Olamide been silent in all of this?
Well, it doesn't need to come out to say anything. While the initial issue of Picasso, Jomi Blaze, Limewick, Lighter,
it's been quiet.
Living, he never uttered a word. He didn't say anything, and that's classic, and that's good for the fact that he let him sort where he wants to.
Even Victor Chinko Ekun, he never mentioned a thing about them.
He kept quiet, which is classic, which is good. It doesn't need to. Him talking about it blows the thing out of proportion. So let them do their ranting. At the end, they finish it behind the scenes.
Okay. Does YBNL need a new female artist?
It's not even about a new female artist. We need more female artists on board, and we need labels. I mean, if we have a label that has majority female artists, I mean, I would gladly support that outfit. We need more of that. I mean, the industry is too male dominated.
But this Temmie Ovwasa episode is already turning ugly. That might actually change his mind from actually signing a female star.
To be like Obinsini. No, I don't think he will. I think if the right talent comes along, I think
he's going to sign.
Definitely. And people don't look at precedents before doing things. Like, people feel, it's new because I'm here, and they will join us.
What's the way forward for Olamide and Temmie Ovwasa?
Let the release her, even if don't offer any contract again, perhaps compensate and maybe give her the network. Because what people don't understand is the YBNL template, that what they have on ground, they have a network of team that they work with in terms of promoting your song. You just been affiliated with YBNL, there's a lot of free resources you get at no charge that they have built over the years, and the platform that you will use.
Definitely.
You can't get there anywhere else, even if it's a new label that signs you. They will spend head to toe to get whatever you get on these platforms. All these big labels, they've built those network for time.
Yeah, definitely.
So people need to be appreciative of what they've got, even if it doesn't work out the way they want. Appreciate what the journey, what you've learned through the journey, and move on. Chiko Enku done that, he's moved on, he got signed to a new label, had the hit song. So all this calling out could necessary, man. Could necessary
at all. Shout out to Olamide on that particular one. YBNL raising major stars. Yes, issues here and there, but nobody is perfect. What do you think about the Temmie Ovwasa YBNL princess? She uses that name, by the way, on Instagram.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe she go change that. Maybe she don't verify. Maybe they
verify that.
Now why she not
And of course, that one with Olamide as well. What do you think about the issues between the both of them? Olamide has been accused of, allegedly killing her dreams. 3 EPs or 3 projects done and none of them released. Blocked her shows. Did a lot of things. Like she was mentally depressed, and maybe that was what led her into whatever she's doing right now. Who exactly is to blame for this, Temmie Ovwasa or Olamide YBNL? What is the way forward for these 2 artists? And what do you think about that Temmie Ovwasa brand new debut album? It be like say them swear for her.
Maybe. What do you mean? You say her?
It be like say them swear for.
Well, everybody can be creative.
Yeah. It be like
I don't know the content of that album. But I don't think I want to listen.
You don't think you want to listen? After this show, we're going to listen and we're going to give you a review of Temmie Ovwasa's It Be Like Say Them Swear For
her.
We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.